Hare Thank you so much for coming to the 76th Vyasa Puja of Srila Gurudev. And I would like to thank all my God siblings and so many devotees involved here in the celebration of this Vyasa Puja. I would like to invite Giriraj Shyam Prabhuji for saying the meaning of Vyasa Puja.
Anyone coming first time? I see some faces. Thanks a lot for coming. We are celebrating Vyasa Puja for the beloved Srila Gurudev. It's a 76th birthday. That's what the meaning of Vyasa Puja. I'll read what exactly Vyasa Puja is. But essentially, it's a celebration of our Guru's birthday. That's what we call as Vyasa Puja. So, according to the Vedic system, the birthday of Indradyumna Swami is celebrated as Vyasa Puja.
And Gurudev has, of course, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, this all has been achieved. Now, we all know about the Diary of Traveling Monk, and that inspires so many young kids. I know my kids, I can see his books everywhere. Even in the bathrooms, they would take it and they will be reading it there. One time, Srila Gurudev told to one of the devotees that, I'm not a temple monk, I'm a street monk. I like to go out and do the Harinams. So, Gurudev is never at one place. He was in London before, right now he's somewhere near Poland. He went to New York for Sadhu Sangha, and I was seeing this morning, it attracted more than 3,800 devotees there. So that was such a beautiful festival that he held. And all the top-notch leaders of ISKCON will join him, and they do such beautiful kirtans and all of it. Of devotees to receive, and he was seeing Srila Prabhupada coming from his lenses, from his camera lenses, and everyone started paying obeisances. And seeing this, Gurudev quickly put away his camera, and he also paid the obeisances. And during that stay, Srila Prabhupada gave so many instructions through his lectures which deeply inspired the Gurudev. And the main thing that inspired him was that he was not a spirit soul but a body. And when Srila Prabhupada was leaving Detroit, Gurudev quickly wrote a letter to Prabhupada, and he gave his offering as his offering to Gurudev $10 for the book distribution. And after that, Srila Prabhupada initiated him by a letter, and that's how it happened.
Read the Srila Gurudev's Vyapti to Srila Prabhupada. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. all glories to you. Today we observe the day you departed from the world and leaving us experiencing deep pangs of separation and acts that only intensifies with each passing year, even more strongly in our hearts. You yourself express the same sentiment in your 1961 Vyasa Puja offering to your spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajaka.
Okay, it seems appropriate to tell the story today. So I believe that Srila Gurudev came to New Zealand for the first time in around about February 1990. I was living at that time on the and my ears pricked up. And I need to explain to those of you who are a bit younger that in those days we didn't have mobile phones, so you couldn't just take a picture of a deity so easily. We had cameras, but it wasn't so easy. You couldn't Google pictures. There was no Google, no internet. So a picture of Lord Nishingadev, and I was very, very attached to Lord Nishingadev, so such a picture was quite a rarity. Community turned up at 7 o'clock. The room was packed. There was no extra room, and I was sitting, and they came around with this big stack of photographs, and I got my photograph, and I was so over the moon, and I had it on my lap, and I was just looking at my photograph, feeling like, no, I'm satisfied.
Is Srila Gurudeva's disciple in May 1994, and this is when I first attended his Vyasa Puja in Poland, in the city of Zagreb. And today will be my 51st celebration of his Vyasa Puja. Regarding this Polish tour, devotees mentioned that outdoor festival started by 1996. The first outdoor festival was in August 1992 going on. And I have written my Vyasa Puja offering, but I may go very emotional, so I'll ask my friend Jamuna Devi to read it for me on my behalf. I hope it's okay.
Looking for love, peace and support so desperately needed, I turned within. When the body is not healthy, it is hard to focus during chanting. But there is no other way, and practice makes
because
perfect.
he got to know that some big political people are coming, and he did not know then that the Prime Minister is coming, but he said, I have to do it. So he went down and he went in the queue, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke with him, and Gurudev was able to give his book to him, and Narendra Modi did reciprocate, saying that I will get back to you once I read the book. So this is how glorious our spiritual master is. Thank you so much, Rasika Mataji. I would now...
And all the devotees and disciples of Srila Indradyumna Swami Maharaj. Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And offer my respects to Srila Indradyumna Swami Maharaj. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Indradyumna Swami Maharaj iti namne. Was to have Rath Yatra festival on the beachfront. And Srila Indradyumna Swami Maharaj is our Mr. Rath Yatra. He had taken this festival right from the early days in 1980 when it first started, but he got involved a few years later, to it being today the biggest Rath Yatra festival outside of India. Over 4 days. This is amazing, amazing. Everyone who gets a chance, please come. You won't regret it. The wisdom he imparts to all of us, it just helps us to deepen, firstly, our own bhakti, but also how to reach out more and more to the people, to new people. In 1992, and with the deteriorating level of consciousness, at that time, the devotees called me. I'm a medical doctor, by the way, by profession and training. And at that time, the devotees, called me in my practice and said, this is what happened. So we immediately arranged for Maharaj to go to a private hospital and to get to the ER. And there, the nurse in charge later told us that Maharaj is calling for someone, somebody obviously close and dear to him. Please let that person know that the person or to whom he could give this mantra. So my Gurumaj then recommended to him that please, the only person he knows to receive this mantra is His Holiness, Sri Indradyumna Swami Maharaj. So the disciple of yours, one day maybe you'll receive that mantra in parampara from Maharaj as well. So yeah, it's just Maharaj, you'll hear from different devotees, different, pastimes that'll blow your mind. Just as Krishna's pastimes are extraordinary, Krishna's devotees' pastimes are also extraordinary. At one time, Maharaj's disciple Lakshminath Prabhu, he's a retired construction company owner or life man at that time. But he should do the entire service single-handedly. And per week, he was doing a minimum of 15,000 plates. Minimum, alone. So you get the poker, prepare it, and then go out and distribute. So it's devotees like this, under the inspiration of their spiritual master, that is reaching out to people who will never ever get the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Children excited, and all were running because they saw the Food for Life vehicle, of course, and we have a loud hail on the Food for Life playing the Mahamantra. But when it stops, they know Prasad is coming. So everybody runs out with all kinds of utensils, gold, whatever they can get. Some people, cardboard boxes even. And that day, and he said after that, quoting a shloka from Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati, that one may be bereft of all kinds of piety. You may not be performing any types of sacrifice. You may have no punya in your life, and you may not be engaged in any worshipful activity. But still, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such that it can still touch the hearts of such people. And I was thinking, it is actually, it's the mercy of pure devotees like Srila Indradyumna Swami Maharaj that is touching the hearts of people everywhere throughout the planet. Maha Mahotsav Ki Jai! Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful pastimes of Srila Gurudev. I would now request Rukmini Mata.
I have written a poem for my Guru Maharaj, a servant of the holy name, for His Holiness Indradyumna Swami. With saffron robes and heart aflame, he walks the world in Krishna's name. Through city streets and forest groves.
By all of them, we would be here for many, many weeks. So just a few of them. So Srila Gurudev is so wonderful. He's doing lectures very regularly for all his disciples, and he's posting them on YouTube. And so in those lectures, he's giving us descriptions of the Lord's features with great enthusiasm and commitment. He's very regular. And he's now produced...
And his energy for Krishna consciousness is infectious, and it drives everyone wild. Gurudev is always teaching us lessons that we need to, which enable us to cleanse our hearts and make some progress. Once when he came and did the carnival spiritual tours in Australia many years ago, I really wanted to do some service for him, and I thought I'll give him, we had this nice prasadam and we had some nice cupcakes and bottles of water that were being handed around. So I thought I'll take one of these bottles of water and this cupcake, and I'll be ready when Gurudev is making a wonderful difference for all of us. Srila Gurudev Ki Jai!
Thank you so much, Madam, for the wonderful offering and sharing
I was in March for 20 years of my life. Next wish is to go to Jagannath Puri. This year my big goal is to sing the Srimad Bhagavatam with accuracy. Because you said to me that whoever chants Srimad Bhagavatam he feels.
So you told me this mantra in the monkey's ear, so it would be ready.
Or who visits in our community. But the nature of life is that in time that person may accept responsibilities elsewhere in the world and may not visit our community so regularly. So, most important is the heart, and not only the disciple's heart that can help us through this misery and obstacles we face each day. May I learn that Krishna is our greatest well-wisher, and that I may learn
to be a beautiful part of my day and morning drive. Thank you so much for your research and helping us to know more about Krishna, his devotees, and the holy dhammas. You always say that...
It reminds me of the pastime of His Holiness Srila Indradyumna Maharaj with his Gurudev Srila Prabhupada. See, Vrindavan Das Thakur was able to come that too indirectly through Srila Prabhupada on the flight. And Srila Prabhupada asked for some prasad, and at that time Indradyumna Maharaj has given some oranges. He peeled some oranges and given. And then Prabhupada chewed, and then he asked Maharaj, now you can accept mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Acharyas that they will remind us, and somehow or other we will become the recipient of that mercy. So I was just recollecting that past time when we were hearing about Vrindavan Das Thakur yesterday. And Varshana Radhe Mataji and Ramya Mataji was talking about
monk diaries. Your regular lectures on the pastime of the Lord and Vrindavan Dham are so nectarian that I feel like going there. Srila Gurudev, your lectures were solace for us when we were unable to go to Vrindavan or Mayapur every year. Your lectures transport us to the Dham instantly. Srila Gurudev, please kindly bless us so we can be able to enter Dham soon. With the mercy of local, so she can have your darshan. Vallabha is also growing and he got attached to His Grace Gaurav Darshan Prabhu and His Grace Gauravananda Prabhu. Due to that mercy, he is getting inclined to Krishna consciousness.
Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasaya Venkateswara Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste. All the Vedic scriptures glorify Sri Guru in so many ways. Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastre Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods. This is from the Srimad Bhagavatam 11th Canto 17th. Says in his purport, by staunch faith in the spiritual master and the supreme personality of Godhead, one not only controls the senses, but also realizes the Supreme Lord. Yasya Devya Para Bhaktir Yatha Devya Tatha Guru Tasyaita Kathita Hi Artha Prakashante Mahatmanaha. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of the Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. Having complete faith in the holy name, we get enthused. Today is your 76th Vyasa Puja day. For some years, in your homage to Srila Prabhupada, you have been mentioning about your own twilight years early this year. In Brisbane, we are fortunate to have a reasonably big God family due to your unlimited mercy, Srila Gurudev. Each one of us have implicit faith in you, your preaching and your teachings. Kripamaya Prabhu in his book, The Guru and Disciple Book, writes, very interesting but very technical, so please forgive me this technical. At the lower conceptions, established a candidate in spiritual strength. In modern times, when the personal connection with Guru is limited, we all rely on your classes, your preaching efforts, your desire to save as many conditioned souls as possible. Believe me, struggling in this ocean of material existence, your pleasure is my life. Jai Srila Gurudev, happy 76th Vyasa Puja, Srila Gurudev. May Lord Narasimha protect you always. Your insignificant servant, Satyarayas.
I offer my heartfelt gratitude at your lotus feet. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's mentioned that Brahma and Brahmadev met you over video call on the second day of Nirjala Ekadasi. With great kindness, you accepted us and offered your shelter, guiding us on the path of devotional service. Later, I was blessed with opportunity.
Thank you, Mataji. Great adventure. I used to follow Maharaj's diary, traveling diary, long time ago. And in that connection, I see that Maharaj, politically, socially, and geographically, very, very challenging places, very difficult to reach places. I was very inspired by Maharaj's, courage to.
And so much prasadam and says we will follow. And then there Maharaj was explaining there was one monk who was in 80s. Maharaj was staying 10 days maximum there, not more than 10 days. Within 10 days, a person who was strong discipline of Catholic, he became Hare Krishna devotee. And so amazing. And when I heard initially, it didn't make any sense. And that is only possible because of Maharaj's purity and the power he has. And one more thing, when I was thinking about initiation, taking shelter of a guru, I was in a
these stories and getting so excited and wishing that one day I could also do some adventures like this. But Indradyumna Swami, so growing up I had the privilege of meeting him so many. He would make such an effort to appreciate even the smallest services, especially with the kids. I remember when I was 5 years old, I sang Nishringa prayers on his Vyasa Puja. And he wasn't even there, but he came, maybe if somebody told him. And he made so many other times when I was even younger than 5, maybe when I was about 2 or 3 years old, and we were in Sydney, and he picked me up, and in the middle of a kirtan while he was leading, he picked me, he was a lot younger then, he picked me up and put me on his mridanga, and he was playing mridanga and running up and down the temple room, and I was hanging onto the straps for dear life. And then later on, when I was older, I had more opportunities to associate with Indradyumna Swami through different parikrams that he was doing. I've been feel very, very privileged to have spent some time with him in Vrindavan after the Kartik months. During Kartik, it's extremely busy, who has dedicated, really, in a very real sense, dedicated their life to Srila Prabhupada. When you think about dedication, when we talk about dedicating life, on one level you can talk about as a household we dedicate.
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Dinamine Shri Vishvanu Devi Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhurya Jva Prematya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Murtaye Vinyatarine Rupanuga Viruddhas Siddhanta Davantahaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Umesha Tam Nirdesta Sajajana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vanchakalpa Tarubhasya Namami Bhakta Saktika Karshan Venu Swane Gopi Gopinath Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ishwarine Indradyumna Swami Maharaj ki Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Srila Indradyumna Swami Dinamine Namo Prabhupada Priyadasya Jagannath Yatrananda Murte Bhakta Sukhaya Vishnu Te Kirtana Narsimena Rakshite Namaha Visham Pushpanjali Shri Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj ki Namaho